Welcome to the Generation X-Wing podcast, a modern look at a retro lifestyle. My name is Rob Williams, and I'm here with...
Jamie Pale Rider.
Now, Steve Hosnose Lewis is not here today. He's feeling under the weather, so he's going to be missing out today. And Steve 3, well, he's in Tokyo right now, having a great old time, just like a lot of other people. So we thought we'd bring in the next best thing. I'm super excited. It's been like 2 years since we've had this gentleman on our show. It is Mike Tarkin, everybody.
Gentlemen.
Woo!
Has it been that long?
I think so.
Jesus, that feels like a major lapse on our part.
I just want to know, are pants still optional?
Absolutely.
Dude,
Give me a
anything you
minute.
want, man.
I gotta go dark. I'll be right back.
Good to be back, boys. Good to be with my favorite Canadian podcast.
Too kind.
Dude, I'm so happy to have you back. It's been a while, and this is like the perfect time because right now, as I said, out in Tokyo, Star Wars Celebration's happening.
Just kicked off.
It just kicked off, and already I'm like, things are popping up on my screen right now of screenshots of whatever. I don't know if I want
on the stage right now.
Ryan Gosling's on the stage. It's just like I'm seeing pictures of Mando with other people, and it's just like it sounds like it's a lot of fun right now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, and I don't think this is going to happen. But I think, well, I don't think, but Steve 3 said he might pop by. We'll see if it happens. He's just super excited about being there. I just don't see it. Man, I'd be more focused on what's happening on stage than what's happening here in Canada.
We'll see.
100%.
We will see.
Before we start, Mike, this is it's been a while since you've been on the show, and we brought a new feature on the show that Jamie really loves.
Jesus Christ!
It's called the it's called the Pale Rider ASMR of the day. So today I got
I do not endorse this.
Mike's super excited. I love
Dude,
this.
you're gonna hear from my lawyer. You keep putting my name on that shit.
All right, so this is vanilla Coke today. Oh, Mike, do you like that sound? You like the sound?
Oh, it's a good sound. It's very soothing.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Soothing. It's soothing, Jamie. It's soothing. But for Jamie, I'm going to drink it a little further.
Pop that chat up on the screen, Rob.
Sorry, I'm busy drinking, enjoying a nice vanilla Coke here.
Yeah.
Oh, VJ says, no, don't ever stop the ASMR of the day. I know. It's fantastic.
Sorry, Jamie,
She's in
I
the
fully
military.
support the
Don't mess with her.
ASMR and also any recorder music.
Well,
Sorry.
We'll see you in
Get
2
that out
years
of
back.
I think we found out why you haven't been on for a while. I am like super excited because not only do we have Mike here to talk about Star Wars, but your Star Wars room is coming down the pike soon. You're going to make a new video of this, aren't you?
New video came out last week.
Oh, it came out already? Dang it,
Yeah,
I missed it. I'm sorry. I'm
those
so
videos.
sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Send more people to watch it. Yeah, I had it'll be two summers ago this summer. We had some water damage in our basement, and everything was. I lost a Star Wars board game. Was the only sort of bad thing that happened, but put the room out of commission. Everything had to go out in the garage, and while it was out there, and we got drywall fixed, and everything is back to normal. My wife says, "Okay, the room's empty. If you have plans, now is the time." So you can't see it behind. Well, okay, let's see how I can do this. So behind me here, underneath that window used to be my Rebel base, which was a couple of shelves, and I had all my X-Wing fighters, Y-Wing fighters, like sort of big diorama that fit under. I can't do my fingers here. That fit under the window that you see there. So I said, well, what I'd really like to do is expand that, because one of the things I had was on the ceiling of my room, I had basically every double of an Alliance ship on the ceiling. So if I had 3 or 4 X-Wing fighters, 2 or 3 of them were hanging from the ceiling. And when we took everything down out of the room, you discovered how gross stuff on the ceiling gets because you don't dust it. Who dusts it, right? So I said, well, okay, what I'd really love to do is have a lot of those ships on hand instead of hanging up from the ceiling. So you can kind of see, I don't know how to do this. You can kind of see the blue part of the picture here. is three. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's like 3 8-foot sheets of plywood, and it's now got in it. Let me count them really quick. 8. There's probably 12 or 13 Rebel ships in that display there.
I love seeing the hangar build come together.
It's been so nice. You just kind of come down here and you touch it a little bit, go back upstairs for a couple of days, get an idea at work, come home, futz with it some more. So yeah, that was the big thing that I did. And then, that was 2 summers ago. I think it was like beginning of December when I finally got stuff back in the room. And then another year goes by. And then just in the past, things get in the way. You work a lot, you're busy and all that. Yeah. And just in the past, just since January, I've had updates to the room. And those are videos you can watch on my YouTube, on Mike Tarkin on YouTube. And just bringing in new items to put on display, fixing lighting on some of the shelving and that sort of thing. And the big thing, I don't know. I'm not going to change the picture. You can watch the video, but we used to have a TV in the room, a big flat screen TV, because this is a spare bedroom. Used to be the kids, like their room to come watch TV. My son took it over when he got into video games, and then I'm down here. And at Christmas, I got the Book of Boba Fett throne room.
Oh, yeah.
Sick, from Hasbro, and I wanted to put it on one of my Billy IKEA shelves, which you can't see my hand. Anyway, one of those
good old Billy.
Yeah,
Billy's a reliable.
Put it up on the shelf, and it hung over like half an inch, if that. And I'm like, well, it is what it is. And my wife and my son were helping me kind of move stuff, and I made a joke. I'm like, what I should do is get rid of the TV. It would fit, right? And they both went, then get rid of the TV. So took the TV out of the room, and that's what the latest video on my YouTube channel is making room for that monstrosity. And then the double whammy was had a collecting friend that only wanted the exclusive, the fat Bib Fortuna figure.
They made a fat Bib Fortuna.
Yeah,
figure?
from Book of Boba
right?
Fett. I wonder if I can reach it.
Yeah, when he's on the throne.
Give me one sec. I'll grab it.
Well, I know there is a fat Bib, but I didn't know they made a figure out of it.
Yeah.
Boba. My God, he's a chungus. Look
there
at
he
this.
is. Yeah. And the guy just wanted the figure, wasn't interested in displaying the throne room itself. So I ended up with 2 throne room sets.
Nice.
And I did some extra stuff with it, so you can check that out. But that's sort of the latest in the room. Just it looks the best it's ever looked, I can honestly say. It's been a lot of fun. It looks
fantastic.
Yeah. There's a lot going on with Star Wars collecting, and I've been trying to, as best as I can, to sort of just keep spirits up in here,
Oh, yeah.
I told you this off air, but I think one of my favorite parts is the Kenner yellow shelf that's over on the left side of the screen.
Right.
And I really dig that. Is it full of every single figure yet, or is it coming close to it? Like,
I think I'm still missing probably about 12 of the original Kenner. Probably.
Are they from the last series?
Yeah, the last 17. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the really expensive ones. So that yellow shelf itself has got all of Star Wars, all of Empire, some of Jedi, and then kind of can't really see. Well, maybe you can. Can you see? I've got the Ewok village underneath, and I've got some figures on there.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So
I thought that was the Prince of Thieves playset.
Yeah. Coming soon to Robin Hood.
I see a Friar Tuck.
So that's where one of each is sort of all the way down that, and then that white shelf that you see to the beside it is just like Kenner stuff. The old cantina, picked up a sandcrawler, cardboard display, just all that.
Dude,
goodness, yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah, thank you. So,
dude, it's super. I'm super jealous of looking at this. What's been your collecting like now over the last couple years? Are you still kind of going hard? Is it? What's it looking like?
Well, prices have gotten to the point where I've been moving the goalposts for what I consider. I'm not paying that much for a figure anymore, and birthdays and Christmas, you go, well, I'm not paying for it. Someone else can pay too much for it. But like the toughest thing is they're getting pricey enough. And like, I've always made the joke that like I've nickel and dime my way to the collection I have. And I've got, as much as I have, and it's a decent sized collection. There's hundreds of figures I've never bought just for whatever reason. Early 2000s when money was tighter, I wasn't buying a lot of figures, so, but now we've sort of hit the thing where like up here, I think they've pretty much averaged out to about $23 for one vintage collection figure, which is my only focus. So that has cut off a lot of what I get. When the prices started going up, and we're talking like 3 years ago, first thing that went out the door was army building figures.
Yeah.
You'd always go buy a stormtrooper because you could never have enough stormtroopers.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, not so much. And that was the first thing that kind of went. And now I'm down to the point where it's like, if I don't have an immediate need for it or an immediate want, I'm not going to get it. Not really playing the game of wait till it goes on sale, but if I miss, I miss. Sometimes it works though. Like I picked up, this is the Reva from Kenobi. Still don't know what I'm doing here. There we go.
Sick. Now you got it.
Yeah. It's best put in front of you. It's best put in front of you if you have a screen.
There you go.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah.
Perfect. Which I bought when it first came out and brought it back to the store. I was just like, that's a lot. I'm just not into it. I got it for $11.50 on Amazon Canada.
Oh wow.
A week and a half ago.
Awesome.
So, if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I'm going to have to live with it. I'll be fine. I got lots of other stuff, so the pricing's been tough. To, skip certain figures and certain things. I think the other thing I'm doing too is whether or not we're going to see the end of action figures at a reasonable price for a bunch of different reasons, obviously right now. When I buy something, it's sort of like, will this be the last time I'm going to get this figure? So they just came out with a brand new Farm Boy Luke figure.
Right.
Had to get it because it's the best one, and I probably won't need another one after this one. I did that with Princess Leia from A New Hope. They finally did a nice enough upgrade on it. I got one of those, but figure say from the Acolyte, which I don't have a really big problem with, but it's like, well, those aren't sort of touching the feels, right? So
yeah, they're not. It's hard to connect with those ones.
Yeah.
I go to GameStop and I see they have like so many different 6-inch figures, and as well as the 3 3/4, but or 3 0.75, however, there's still a debate. But but it's just like I look at them, and when I see the Skeleton Crew or Acolyte, I'm not drawn to it. There's nothing that's really pulling me towards it. But when I see like an original from at least the original trilogy, or maybe even a prequel, I'm kind of like, ooh, Hammerhead. That's pretty good. I like that.
You need those pod racer figures.
Right.
Oh, pod racer figures be sweet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So it's, I mean, like I said, this has been probably at least 3 years where prices have been creeping up, and it's I love this room. I love my collection. I love Star Wars, but it's not me. I'm not defined by it. Yeah. So, if I can't get something, so be it. If I want it bad enough, I guess I'll get it.
Yeah.
But I definitely make those kinds of decisions. Now we mentioned, again, I'm not picking on the Acolyte on purpose, but they had is Osha, was that her name? Was she the?
Yeah.
So
that's the main character.
Yeah. So they came out with vintage collection figure of hers, retail price up here, $22.99. I mean, I looked at it and I thought, I love the look. It'd be a cool background character, just sort of in utility kind of clothes. Not for $22.99 though.
Yeah, I agree.
So those are the decisions. But I mean, my collecting goes back to, we already talked about the Kenner stuff, of course, Power of the Force from back in the day. So
yeah,
if I've said this so many times, if it were to end today, I can still be busy.
Yeah.
There's lots I can still do. So,
I find that also that I love just focus collecting. As I build my costumes, like I wanted to build the Cloud City Cloud Car pilot costume. All of a sudden I find myself What?
That's what this
yeah,
is. This is
yeah,
focus
exactly. So
collecting.
Jamie's like focus collecting, and it's just like I
Right.
build a costume. I now like I want to get a bunch of characters like that. I want to get 3/4. I want to get, if I can get a 6-inch, I'll do that. And I know Jamie, you just built your X-wing pilot.
Yeah, just finished my OG A New Hope X-wing pilot costume. So that's normally like if it's good enough, it's if I like it enough to make a costume and take that leap and get it approved with the legions, then that kind of opens the floodgates a little bit for that
Mhm.
kind of stuff.
For
But
sure.
again, at a very focused level.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not going out and grabbing everything, but yeah, it's fun I like the focus collecting. It gives you something to hunt for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also takes the sting away if you miss out because of
100%.
right pre-orders or it's not available here or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Just waiting
Like
for my Carson Teva figure to go in here.
I was just going to say, absolutely, because X-wing
There's a gap
pilots.
for 'em
That's
right there.
my main focus is the Rebel base, so I need all the pilots all the time.
Yeah.
The 4-pack of vintage collection pilots that came out last fall.
That's
I
them.
ended up with 2 sets because they went cheap enough. I got a second set,
Yeah.
and when it works out. But
You mentioned Power of the Force. I just snuck in a Power of the Force
we
Bigs.
got there's Bigs.
The rest of these are the newer vintage
Right.
collection, though.
You can't
Are,
even tell. He
are those
fits in
two the ones
perfect.
I got you at the
Yeah, so
at
the
toy show?
these ones are the Black Series ones that you got me.
Mhm.
And then same thing. Like I have some Black Series in the background, but like I used to have probably I would say 50 Black Series figures, and I had to move, so I downscaled by a lot, and I basically just kept the focus ones
Yeah, you keep what you
and,
love.
and
Yeah,
got rid of everything else.
yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
like they
so-
came
and-
out with the E-wing pilot from Ahsoka.
Oh yeah.
So Battle Cruiser,
Callahan.
And I cut, yeah. And I,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, mainly because of the price, I'm like, well, I didn't buy the E-wing either, the ship
Yeah.
itself, because of the price, same thing. And I don't feel too bad about it. And then they announced Carson Teva, and that's literally a whatever it takes.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was immediately pre-order 2
Yeah.
of them.
And that's so the downside is I'm not buying as much. The upside is everything I'm getting is something I really want. So it's
Absolutely.
yeah, you feel
Love
better
it.
about it.
I'm also finding that don't feel that I'm rushed to get it anymore. I've been finding that when we go to these Vancouver comic and toy shows, or even
Hell yeah.
the Cherry Bomb toys, someone's got it somewhere.
Yep.
And
That's part
I
of the
don't mind
hunt. It's fun.
spending. Yeah, it's been really enjoyable, that part of the hunt. And yeah, the prices are probably the 40, 50, but there's no more Toys R Us around this area, and they're not really selling anywhere else. And I don't want to do it online. It's the thrill of the hunt. So
Right.
It's a fun thing to do at like the conventions and toy shows that we go to, like for the Legions, like doing the charity events, but then we get to wander around and go on a bit of a hunt.
Yeah.
And like
yeah,
the other part of that too is like, Ryan and Steve, like
Mhm.
they're also hunting for things. So you're
You're
hunting
cross
for two,
pollinating. You're like,
three.
which ones were you looking for?
Yeah.
And you're on the lookout for them too.
Right.
It's great.
Right. Yeah.
So
That's
if anybody's looking, I'm looking for. I still have to get it to
Oh, you need
Will
a Will
Row Hood. Yeah,
That's-
Will Row Hood there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that in my brain. Just for you, man.
Yeah. Anyways, I know that Ryan O'Dole.
Ryan
sorry,
Dole.
Ryan Dole. He's Irish now. Ryan O'Dole.
Ryan O'Dole.
Ah,
Hey,
cha, cha,
shush,
cha. Ryan Dole is. He grabbed
I
one
would
just
like to
before I did.
apologize to the entire nation of Ireland.
I got a quarter Irish in me.
Jeez,
grandmother's
that's
side.
not how that works.
Yeah, it's good enough. It works that way. It totally works that way. Anyways, I want to talk to you, Mike, about talk to you guys, both of you guys, Star Wars Celebration. You both have been to one. I have not been to one. I was supposed to go, but then
We were
COVID
the
happened.
same one.
Yeah.
Unknowingly.
We were apparently at the
Yeah.
same one.
Yeah.
Have you been keeping up with anything happening now? I mean, it's just started, like literally just started. Anything
35
there that's
minutes
catching
ago.
your attendance? Mike, you said the Hasbro the Hasbro's coming up soon.
Yeah, Hasbro panels 11:30 Eastern.
So
whether or
Jamie's
not they're
excited too.
broadcasting it, at least people will be live posting. I guess we don't say live tweeting anymore, right?
No, not anymore. Live blue skying. I don't know.
That's how long it's been since I've done one of these. I used to use Twitter still. That's how long it's been.
In my day, they called it Twitter,
I
and we
would-
tweeted.
something I didn't know existed. I am now excited about. the Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling movie is officially called Starfighter.
Starfighter.
Ooh.
Done. I'm in.
Yep.
You got
So
me.
is that kind of a replacement for what we were supposed to get a few years back?
Bite your tongue. No, Rogue Squadron is still happening. Still happening.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Don't
Triggered
suggest
something
that's
there.
no. I need that still.
I don't know if they
Jenkins,
showed
if you're
anything more
listening.
with Ryan Gosling, but there was Lucasfilm posted on Instagram, and it's just the title. There's nothing else. I didn't know if it was a game or what it was.
It's the movie.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's sweet. I'm all for it.
Ryan Gosling. Never thought I'd see him in Star Wars.
So I'll be getting 2 of those figures because my wife's
Dreamy. So anything else? So do you expect anything to happen with the Hasbro panel?
Yak Face was teasing some stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a Black Series Dash Rendar coming.
Oh,
Really?
My God. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. No pictures yet. So who knows if it's
I might
gonna
have to come out of
the,
Black Series retirement for that one.
Right. Yeah. So that was the big one that I saw so far. I haven't, because we're on here, I haven't checked anything else out.
Well, here's hoping they do
Yeah.
a vintage collection one as well. And then I would be happy with one of those.
Right.
Probably for cheaper.
Kinda
I'm
makes
hoping
sense.
I'm hoping they announce something for Revenge of the Sith, because they're celebrating that right now.
Yeah.
You know, tickets went on sale this week for if you want to go see it in the theater again. So that's cool.
It kind of makes
But,
sense, Dash Rendar, with didn't they just come out with a recent Boosh and Luke 2-pack or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. they
Yeah. Very much
and
like Shadows of the
Shizor.
Empire. And Shizor.
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
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 Speaking of Shizor,
Yeah.
I just bought something off of Facebook Marketplace yesterday.
Yeah.
This is so great.
What you got?
So, do I give you a story? How long have we been talking for? Okay.
Go for it. Go for it. We got time.
So, back in the day, back in the 90s, when I could shop in the States on a regular basis at some mall in Michigan, it might have been Fairlane Mall. You guys, if you're Metro Detroit, you'll know what I'm talking about. And they had a movie store, right? So it was VHS and paraphernalia. And remember the Applause Star Wars figurines, the
I still have a
vinyl?
Han Solo somewhere in
Yeah.
the back.
This came up in an ad, and I had to get it in honor of the announcement today. Oh, for Pete's sake. There we
There
go.
you go.
I love his green screen. He's totally creeped out.
It won't work.
That's
Here,
That's pretty
let me get rid of my
sick, though.
background here.
I think you broke your toy there, sir.
Let me get rid of my background.
his face fell off.
There you go. Is that working?
That's really
Yeah,
nice.
that's
the
perfect.
laugh
Oh,
on that
oh,
face.
look at
That's
that.
so good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Star
good.
Wars going away. Ha, ha, ha.
Ah.
10 inches of vinyl beauty. Yeah. I couldn't say no. It showed up in an ad.
That's a humble
And-
break.
Yeah. I just
That's pretty sick.
I couldn't resist it. I had to, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I don't have room for it anywhere, but that's what we're going to go with. Yep.
That time holds a special place in my heart. That was like Power of the Force, and they had that mini little line there, the purple backs.
Mhm.
It was
Dude.
kind of cool.
I think that needs to be like a future podcast, just talking about the crazy event that was Shadows of the Empire.
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
It's like
that's a good point.
it was everything. It was
Yeah.
everything minus the movie.
Yeah. They had the making of, they had books for it. They had everything.
Yeah.
For it. Yeah.
Like book,
it was
video
crazy.
game, comics, figures
Yeah.
for not a movie.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I got
2
the
packs with a
2-pack.
comic book. And yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell
The
yeah.
IG-88 and Boba, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the one I got. That was like my when I basically got back into collecting after like growing out of it as a kid, and then I now have a job and some disposable income.
Right.
Time to jump back into collecting. That was the first thing
Yeah.
I got.
And it's
Was
an easy
Boba Fett
line
and
to get
IG-88.
because it's small, it's contained,
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was a fun time for collecting.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still have my Shadow of the Empire book right there, hardcover first edition.
Right.
Yeah. But so, man, I would love to see something like that come up. So Dash Rendar, pretty cool. Anything
Hell
else
yeah.
that you think
That's
would
cool.
happen out of the Hasbro panel? Any leaks or anything like that? Because I do follow Yoda News. Follow 4LOM Tazakis. They're
Right.
always on top of those things. Always
Yeah.
on top. So
the big push that Hasbro's making is this return to Tatooine theme, where they're releasing stuff related to, you know, A New Hope, especially.
Sweet.
They just started hitting from pre-orders a Tatooine place, you know, the place at which is just a couple of walls and a door, that sort of thing. We're getting an updated Luke's land speeder. So I would think they will hopefully announce something else related to that, maybe Jabba's palace related. I mean, Tatooine's in so much of Star Wars, it could be just about anything, you know.
Rees, anybody?
Rees,
Yeah. 6-inch Rees.
bring back the 10-inch vinyl and a Rees figure. There you go.
Just take my money.
There you go. Yep. So who knows? I mean, they could do one of the domes from the Lars Homestead. They did that years ago.
That would
That'd be
be
a fairly easy piece to bring back out, or just
Or
evaporators,
Sandcrawler.
or yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the push. I hope it's the push.
sweet.
Yeah. So
Baru and Lars like skeleton in a
yeah.
in a can or something like that, just smoking. Awesome. So any other panels coming out that I see one here that I'm very curious about. Where to go? It's about well, they have the
Wasn't there one just about collecting in general, like Star Wars collecting?
Yeah, they have a whole series of them. I think I haven't paid attention. I was just going to kind of follow as they came out, so I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, usually there's vintage related stuff, but I haven't kept up on what it is. I'm just sort of waiting for it to come out and then watch it that way.
Yeah,
I know the
Visions
last
Volume-
celebration they were recorded and they posted them sort of months later.
Oh, I love
Go
watching
back
those
and
after the
just binge
fact.
them all. Yeah,
That was my favorite panel at Celebration Orlando. Was the one where they were, I think it was with John Knoll, and they were just going through old set photos of the cantina, interior and exterior, and they were just identifying props.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Right.
it was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds maybe boring to some people, but yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah. And they'd go through and cover sort of the backgrounds of Cantina aliens. Where
Yeah,
the
I
masks
love
came
it.
from, what the design was, you know, based on, and stuff like that. That stuff's cool. It's a shame a lot of it, for some reason they can't post a lot of the panels. I don't know why. It's all old information, but there's copyright, or maybe I don't know. Maybe it's because it's a Lucasfilm event, so they have control over how
They
it comes
definitely
out or
don't
whatever.
post all of them.
Yeah.
Katie, I don't. Hey, Katie, by the way, I don't think that one made it to YouTube. Probably because it wasn't high profile enough.
Yeah.
It was like off the main panel stage. It was just kind of it wasn't on the same stage that like Mark Hamill was at or anything like that. But
And for collecting, I
I'll
think
take
it's
a
the
look, though.
Star Wars collecting track. You can find them on YouTube. And they
Nice.
do all the collecting based panels and stuff like that. But
Tony's in the house. Katie's in the house. Hello, guys. How are you? By the way, Katie, I love this little picture you got going here. You look super happy there. You must be playing Power Washer Simulator. Katie, new update
There's
coming out today.
Is that today? No, that's Sunday. Sunday, there's a panel called I Am Your Father, the vintage Star Wars toys versus Lego Star Wars.
Ooh.
oh, interesting.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to sit down with Steve 3 and Ryan Dole before they left. And they were basically just like going through which panels they wanted to do.
Right.
That was a bit of fun. Yeah, just sitting and being able to live vicariously through them a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the Visions Volume 3. That's one I'd be super excited about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that Black
And-
Series set. Yeah.
No, I'm talking just
there's-
I think
There's
they're
a
just talking
501st
about,
Legion panel today.
is there? Yeah. That'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
in,
I wouldn't have seen that.
in a few hours. Couple
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah, I'm you guys were talking about FOMO. Yes and no. I'm okay with not being there. Just because it's in Japan, I'm not much of a traveler.
It's busy.
It is super busy, and
I lost a
I
lot
feel-
of sleep.
I'll be a little claustrophobic and stuff, but it's still like
Oh.
there's so much cool stuff at the same time.
There's on Sunday. There's a panel called Kurosawa and Star Wars.
Oh, there you go.
That would be cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. I hope no one makes it to YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went to the one celebration in 2017. You know, of course, we'd like to go to all of them. I absolutely have a great time celebration weekend, just tuning in and watching stuff as it comes out. It's just
It's
a lot of fun. Yeah,
Yeah, it's fun
Yeah,
to do
it
from
really
home
is.
for sure.
yeah.
Of course, there's
Find a
Legion.
project
Ooh.
to do down here and have it start streaming,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
call me up for dinner. And that's
There's Sunday from collecting to visual storytelling, Star Wars toy photography.
ooh,
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go.
yeah,
That's your thing, sir.
yeah.
That's
Star Wars
cool.
play outside, baby.
If you
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know Mike, if you don't follow Mike, follow his Instagram account because he does a lot of photography out in the wild when you go camping or when there's a nice snowfall, whatever. Right? It's always some cool stuff. I love it.
It's fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
Thanks.
Tony, hello. I'm the same way. He says, I wish there was, but I doubt I want to travel that far. I totally agree. Oh, what you got there?
We're getting a season 2 of Light and Magic.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Next week
yes,
that
I
comes
heard
out.
about
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
That's
my
gonna be
god, that's awesome.
that's such a wonderful series.
Oh
We gotta
man, here's
really like it.
another good panel. Star Wars in the 90s.
Oh, there it
Ooh.
is.
There's some
That's-
great panels
yeah.
here.
This is perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm jacked.
Steve 3, if you're hearing me, just snap a camera on, just hide it in there.
Oh, look at this. Yeah.
I had a podcast that was 70% Star Wars in the 90s.
Right.
There
There's video games and their impact on Star Wars.
you go.
There you
That
go.
would be awesome.
I wonder if they'll talk about 1313. Katie says one of the only panels we went
Coming
to
up.
as a panel on Star Wars vegetable carving hosted by one of the Japanese members.
That's awesome.
They have on the main stage, they have a vegetable carver as you come out onto the stage. He's just carving vegetables.
What? What are you talking about? Like,
Dude, like when
just grabs
like,
a pumpkin and starts going crazy with it?
no, it's like this professional chef
Yeah,
guy, but he
yep.
carves vegetables. So like he made the guy who was talking about Star Wars Outlaws just like 15 minutes ago or whatever, he made him a little nix out of like a turnip or something.
Right.
Yeah, he looks like
Awesome.
he's extremely skilled.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I would hope so. I hope it's just not some guy who's just hacking his way through it. Just, I made a Yoda.
No,
He's
yeah.
got a carrot. It's a lightsaber. He's got a celery. It's another lightsaber.
Green
It's your
and
lower
orange.
intestine. A Parenthood joke for anybody who's old enough. They're screening the Star Wars Rebels finale on Sunday. That's
Yes,
pretty
I saw
cool.
that.
Really?
Oh
wow.
my God, Doug Chang.
Yep.
Doug Chang
Yeah.
has a panel on Saturday.
Have you seen they announced
Yes,
there's a 2-volume book that's coming
Yeah.
out, his concept art,
Hell
which is
yes.
super expensive, but it looks amazing. It looks really cool.
In
Yeah.
Orlando, I saw Doug Chang,
Oh yeah,
and he was just standing there,
right.
just in one of the hallways. So me and Brandon went up and talked to him,
That's awesome.
and he's one of those guys that like he's not an actor, so a lot of people aren't going to recognize him.
Right.
Like we're Star Wars fans, so of course we're going to recognize like John Knoll and
Yeah.
Dennis Mirren and Doug Chang. So yeah, we talked with him for a little bit. He was a super nice guy,
Right.
really
right.
chill.
So, Katie, are you asking if Doug Chang's there now, or are you talking about Steve 3? So,
Steve
And,
3 is there now.
yes, Steve 3's there now, and you do have to pay extra for the pumpkin, Tony. I agree. Moving on a little bit, I want to talk to you guys about. I had it on my list here. Sorry.
There's another
Andor.
collecting panel.
There's a what?
How the Star Wars collecting age began. That's
Wow.
today. That's today.
Is that today?
Yeah. And then there is
I was alive
Galactic
for that.
Toy Story.
I was there.
Oh man, they're screening the Siege of Mandalore too. God damn it.
Oh wow.
No,
I
How
saw-
cosplay
you hitting-
changed my life.
The only celebration I went
cool.
to, they screened the Mandalore arc for Star
Oh,
Wars
like
Rebels.
in storyboards? Or oh no.
Yeah, they
That's
screened it
cool.
Yeah, one or two of the episodes. I don't think it was. Maybe it was just one or two of the episodes
So,
where they go to Mandalore, and Mandalore's been reduced to.
Yeah, it's a great arc.
Yeah. They had the cast come out afterwards. And
Oh,
that was
That's
cool.
crazy.
so I just saw a picture of the Dash Rendar action figure.
Oh, really?
It's already out. Tumbling Saber put it out there. Good old Tumbling Saber. Rick.
Oh boy.
Rick on well, not Tumbling Saber, but it's on their website. Rick from he's
Man.
got pictures of Dash Rendar. It looks pretty sweet.
I'm afraid to open another window on my computer because
Damn it.
So.
Hey, maybe I can find it for you and share, but I'll see what I can do because
That's
I do
awesome.
have the power of sharing. But it's looking pretty good. He's got nice hair. Now I got to find Tumbling Saber. I'm fumbling around. So talk amongst yourselves. Discuss. Tumbling Saber is nothing. Tumbling to a saber.
I think I've gone through the entire panel list now. They have a lot of good ones.
Okay, here we go.
Awesome.
I got you. Let me present this sucker here. Share screen. Tumbling Saber. Boom. Here is share. So you see that?
Yeah.
Oh man, no way.
Yeah, that's looking
Dang.
pretty good. So good job, Rick. That's it. We're doing this live.
Awesome.
So
That's awesome.
the color is bang on, eh?
Damn
And
it.
here's Hasbro's response when people said they'll never do a Dash Rendar.
So for audio people, that was this Prince sees over this head
She's
back,
laughing.
laughing to the
Audio
sky.
version too. Yeah.
So, okay, how do I unshare now? How do I unshare? Remove. There we go. Back we are. Okay, Andor season 2 is coming out. Now I know Jamie, you don't watch the
Tony. Yeah, that's Black Series, bud.
Yeah, that is Black Series. Yeah.
Yes.
Is that 3 3/4? You think?
No, it's 6
6
inch.
6 inch. Okay,
Yeah.
The
great.
3 3/4 is the vintage collection.
Do you think we'll ever see a Dash Rendar in like modern Star Wars?
They
have
should.
to. They
Hard
have
to say.
to, right?
No,
They've-
they won't.
They do this thing where they only make it in one scale, and they think
No,
that's okay.
No, I'm talking like we'll
No.
see him on TV or movies.
Like in live
Oh,
action.
I'm sorry.
Nah.
yeah. Why
Yeah,
not?
that's
He was as much as I love the character and I love the stuff that he was in,
Mhm.
he was basically he was only there because Han Solo was in Carbonite during that time and they needed a replacement.
they needed another. Yeah,
He's
another-
he's your drop-in replacement smuggler. There you go.
right.
Yeah, but there's room for smugglers in this universe. I mean, there's a bounty hunter to every block, like Starbucks. Why can't there be more smugglers?
I mean,
Put him in a cartoon. Put him in
Right.
an animated series.
Yeah.
dude.
Bring
Yeah,
back
I-
Dark Forces
I
series.
kind of half
Yeah.
expected him to show up in Rebels for a time.
Mm,
It's like
for sure.
just a cameo.
See, that would make sense. So he pops in on a Rebels sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, I want to talk about Andor. Mike, how you feeling about Andor so far?
Oh, I love
Did
Andor.
you like the first series? First,
I
of all?
love the first series.
Okay.
Andor is right up my alley.
Mhm.
Rogue One is my favorite thing in Star Wars. So for them,
Really?
yes, Rob.
I'm sorry, I forgot. People
I'm
know.
also a listener.
Wow, that was oddly pointed.
So it's
Why do you say
sort
your
of
name
on the
like that,
bottom of
Rob?
my list, but I want.
I am 100% pumped for it. I can't wait. Yeah, I can't. I'm about the rebels. That's my focus. Everything stems from the rebels. So I can't wait. I love season 1. We're in the middle of rewatching it. For me, probably the 6th time. So we got one more episode Saturday, and then we're ready to go for next week when it starts up. We get that, and we get the Light and Magic series in the same week.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm kind of liking the second series so far. There's a little more stormtroopers happening. That recent trailer with the TIE fighter in the hangar bay, that was kind of fun to watch. I'm kind of liking this so far. The first one dragged on for me. It was a lot of politics. This one, I feel we're going to be less politics, more a little bit of action, a little more stormtrooper love. I think I might like this a little bit more.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
I'm excited to see the Saw Gerrera's X-Wings.
Yeah.
They showed a couple shots of those. The
2 tubes there.
2 tubes. Yeah. The Cavern Angels.
Yeah.
I'm beyond excited for it. So
Kevin says we'll get Dash Rendar when we get Revan. That's
Yeah,
actually very
100%.
good observation.
And if we don't get Mara Jade first, I will be pissed.
Oh,
she's
Mara
coming to
Jade.
Black Series, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I want her in a show. Put her in
Yeah.
a show.
In a show,
She's too
right,
cool to
right.
be sidelined.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jamie, how you feeling about Andor season 2? I know you don't watch the trailers, but it'll happen.
Season
if it
1 wasn't
happens.
my cup of tea, so I'm not really getting excited for season 2. I haven't bothered to watch the trailers or anything like that.
So, Mike, you're not yelling at Jamie?
I don't
Dude,
remember
I
Jamie
don't-
saying this.
I mean, yeah, I just
you know what? I will say this. It bears rewatching because even I was the first, because
I'm not going to do that.
it was like 3 episodes sort of story arcs. It's the thing I love about it as you watch it over again is just what the individual characters are going through. Like every time Mon Mothma, every time her back's against the wall kind of thing, they'll show shots of her and it's you just feel for her for how scared she is right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's that kind of stuff that's just been it's just so good. I can just watch it over and over again. But like I said, it's we talk about focuses. I love the rebellion. I just love that about Star Wars.
So that's why I'm excited for Starfighter.
For sure. Yeah.
And the potential still, please, of a Rogue Squadron movie.
Yeah.
Just give that to me, please, right now.
You're trying to make fetch happen here.
Yes, I am. I'm trying to manifest her with my brain.
Katie, Mara first.
Yeah, she's a cool
do you
character.
have a Mara costume? I think Katie has a Mara costume, doesn't she?
Katie's
yeah,
Mara.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
Now, would you want Mara post
Both.
Timothy? Yeah.
Yeah, both.
Like have her in the past as the Emperor's Hand, and then
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, dude, the Emperor's Hand comics, the Dark Horse comics, were awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just it would be cool to see that whole story and like the turn, like the turn from bad guy to good guy.
Right.
Like, and I'm holding out hope. They just released an Heir to the Empire 4-pack action figure package with Rob Yule like this. It's Thrawn, Mara, Luke, and Luke.
Right. So if they showed her sort of her story arc, would they have her marry Luke after what we've gotten from the sequels?
I don't think that works.
Yeah.
That part I could take or leave.
Right.
But like her being, at least not necessarily like her operating as the Emperor's Hand, but her dealing with like the last command,
right?
Like post Return of the Jedi, and just having that rattle around in her brain. And then
while she's working when she was a smuggler
for Talon Card. Yeah,
I forgot that whole part of it.
But like that's still like a compulsion with her. It's like she needs to kill Luke Skywalker.
Right.
But yeah, any of that would be cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Mike, I know me and Jamie have talked about this, but when you saw the trailer, were you excited to see Glub Shido out there?
I barely know what that means.
Oh, you know what it means.
I've gone up to my son and I've gone, okay, held my phone up. Is this the Glub Shido? I don't get it.
They're all Glub Shido, dude.
We'll be like, well, then is this guy? Well, no, he's not because he's been in it too much. So he can't be a Glub Shido.
You understand the term, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
More or less.
It sounds like
you're
getting it from context.
It's you kids with your TikToks. I don't know, back in my day,
Yeah. I love the phenomenon of Glub Shido as like a hardcore Star Wars fan who is absolutely subject to that fan servicey glimpse of an obscure character. I love the Glub Shido phenomenon.
Yeah.
The minute I opened Facebook, it was Glub Shido. There was a Mandalore standing next to a Glub Shido, and it's just like OMG, it's Glub Shido,
or like Tales of the Underworld or whatever the hell it was. Because Mike, for context, we had just come back from Victoria, and the whole way home, Rob, myself, and Ree we're just like coming up with like Glub Shidos like of recent years, and like then we got into like prop Shidos, and then we started so like the Camtono, the ice cream maker, that's totally a prop Shido.
Okay.
But yeah, and then like, what Glub Shidos would you want to to happen. And like it was a fun discussion. It was so
Yes.
cool.
I think
Right.
we're going to do a future podcast on this.
Yeah, 100%. We have to.
Because it's the idea of a character, and if you still don't know what a Glub Shido is out there, it's a character that say you're watching a trailer and just as not a fan, you're just watching a Star Wars trailer, and then as you're sitting next to a Star Wars fan and they lose their shit while you're like, what's going on? That guy that went across the screen in the blue dress,
Right.
oh my god, it's so and so, and they're
Yeah.
losing their mind, and you're like, it's just a guy. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
And they're like, no, you don't understand. You see, when Timothy Zahn wrote the book in 1994, and
Right.
Yeah, exactly. That's Club Shido.
So not an
So-
Easter egg.
It kind of is an Easter egg.
Like an Easter eggy fan service thing. They're just
Yeah.
like picking, like cherry picking stuff from Legends and bringing it into now canon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're thinking of, we talked for a long time, and even after
Yeah.
that, like just I was talking to Dan about this when he was visiting, and I was telling him about Glub Shido, and I was just like, and I came up with like 5 more we had not even talked about on the ferry ride.
Yeah, you got to make this an episode.
It's like
I agree.
a 2-parter, dude.
Yeah,
Right,
it
right.
was so crazy. Like, oh my god, in this one scene with that one guy, or when they saw the trailer, it was just like, yeah, it's everywhere. Prop Shidos, Glub Shidos. We gotta find a cute name for planets with a something Shido.
Right.
Mm.
So yeah. Anyways, so beware of an episode coming around for that one. So,
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm excited for that discussion.
so as Kevin says, so around half of the Marvel post credits. Yeah, pretty much.
absolutely. Like, you know what? Like, it's funny you say that because I started just like, of course, my brain is just like, oh, Glub Shido talk, we're going. But then, yeah, I thought of like the post credits scene from Avengers because I was in the theater watching Avengers on like opening day, and the post credit scene comes around, and it's Thanos, and half the theater loses their minds, and the other half is like, why are these people losing their shits?
Right.
And it's Glub Shido, but Marvel.
Yeah. Any other Star Wars talk?
Well, you know
Because-
what? We talked.
yeah.
We got Andor coming. We've got Light and Magic coming, and Revenge of the Sith tickets went on sale
Yeah,
this week,
It's an exciting time right now.
and I got
It
mine
is.
today. So
nice.
me and the family are going to see it next Saturday evening. So
Might have to try.
Hey,
and get
Rob,
out
you have
there.
to let me know if you want to go.
Yeah, maybe we have to try and get out there. I can't do it this weekend, but how long is it out for? Do you think? Would it be like for a month, less than that? Couple
I
weeks?
think probably no more than a week. Like
Oh shoot!
maybe
Okay.
until like May the 4th weekend. Maybe it ends. I think.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we'll figure it out,
possible.
Rob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know
want to go too.
my son loves the Marvel movies and loves the Pixar movies. Has no time for Star Wars.
Mm.
Oh, so he knows that one of my favorite movies is Tron Legacy, and so he actually said, can we watch this movie? And it was great. We watched it a little bit. He got a little distracted and kind of left. And then I started talking to him about Tron. I mean, Dan just happened to phone, and I said, well, the original Tron movies I remember as a kid. And so he puts in the original Tron movie, couldn't make it 5 minutes. It's like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gen Alpha.
It was like the graphics were bad, and he's like, nope, can't do it.
Right.
Couldn't do that movie. So I was like, oh, that's so cool. I love this. So, but I'm looking forward to Tron Ares. I know what's his face is in there, but
I
I
hope it's
saw
good.
it does kind of look good. I'm digging it. When I heard that Flynn is back in there in
Yeah.
some form, his voice was there. I was like, okay, I'm happy.
Hey, Jared Leto wasn't enough to ruin Blade Runner 2049. I have hope.
The second movie is like, if you're talking Tron Legacy is one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, I love it.
Non-Star Wars movie. It is one
great.
of my favorite movies. I tear up at the end every single time. It's just so much fun. It's
And
just
the new
for
one
me,
is it they sort of come out of the computer into
yeah.
Into the real world.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'm curious because it's been so removed from the second movie. It's been such a long time, just like most Tron's movies nowadays. It's just like the second one ended with someone coming out of the
Yeah, Korra
mainframe.
came out.
Yeah, Korra came
into
out of
the
the
real
mainframe.
world.
And
Right.
so now it's just like the dam has burst, I guess. And now the people on the inside are coming on the outside and bringing their bikes with them and cutting cars in half and stuff. So
right.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about that.
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't mean for that to be my what excites me. I actually want to talk about the Minecraft movie. Dude, okay. Yes, we really have to. You need to understand the Minecraft movie. I went to the Minecraft movie opening day with Scott. Scott wanted to go, and this is Scott's movie. All right, so this is his Gen Alpha, whatever type of movie. It's a
future of movies right there. You're looking at it.
It was
better or worse.
I have never been to a movie like this since episode 1, Phantom Menace. The sheer excitement of these kids watching this movie. It was glub shitto in the movie. Every goddamn time there was a pickaxe, crowd went nuts. There was a crafting table, crowd goes nuts. Chicken jockey, which you probably heard a billion times by now if you're ever on the internet, crowd goes friggin' nuts. Now I was fortunately not in a theater where the kids got too out of hand. They were a bunch of kids. They thought they were funny. I'm sitting there like, oh, Christ. I felt like I was at school, but with no control over these kids.
So
but
is the movie just Jack Black just saying the thing that's on the screen?
Almost. It's almost like that. It's seriously, he just stands there and goes, I am Steve. Fucking A! They fucking lose their minds. Flint and Steel. Yeah, Flint and Steel. They go bonkers. It's just, it's the type of movie that they like. But the environment, being in this room with a bunch of kids who just knew all about it and they were just glub shittoed to friggin' death, they friggin' loved it. I actually enjoyed the movie. Was not good. The movie was not good at all. It was just the acting was, except for Jack Black. And if you don't like Jack Black, you're gonna friggin' hate this movie.
What about what's her name? Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, if you hate Jennifer Coolidge, Jamie, you're gonna. This is Jennifer Coolidge at her worst. I did not like.
Does she have a best?
Yes, she did. I think she did have some good moments, but it wasn't in this movie. Even what's his face?
It's like when she's at home doing her laundry or something.
Oh my God, it would have been better if she just did her laundry.
Just stay home, do your laundry.
Oh my God,
live your
got
life.
A stain. It's just no. The villagers and all the. It wasn't a good movie, but I don't think it really mattered. These kids loved the movie. They loved everything about it. The movie just talked to them. And now it's me and my son, we just sat there looking at each other like, this crowd is bonkers. They're just losing their mind. And sometimes there was moments where there's actually there be a slow moment in this movie where there's just dialogue happening and they're not mentioning a glub shitto or anything like that. Yeah. So what do the kids do? Ha 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 ha. They do the Bronx cheer and they start clapping. Right. Oh, just like, it's just like, okay, dude, it's been like 5 minutes. Let some dialogue happen. Let's talk about how they got here. No, we're not going to do that. We're just going to talk through the movie and try to make a funny joke. But then back to Minecraft. There's a creeper. Crowd goes friggin' nuts. There's a just diamond armor. Crowd goes friggin' nuts. And it's like a Rocky Horror Picture Show for a modern age.
Oh, and well, okay. Yeah.
It really, I'm not exaggerating. This, you're going to hear about, we're going to be like 80, 90 years old. And when these kids are now 30 or 40 or whatever, they're going to be talking about the time they went to see Minecraft, the movie in theaters.
Dude, it'll be like Rocky Horror. They'll still be showing it at like little indie theaters where they go and throw popcorn at the screen. And
that's exactly what will happen. Chicken jockey, popcorn happens. Someone brought a live friggin' chicken into a theater down south. And it's just like the theaters have been stopped. They've canceled showings, and other theaters have said, this theater, you can actually go nuts at this time. This showing is for the kids. It's for the young kids who want to see Minecraft. Don't behave poorly here.
We'll let you go nuts. Is it a kids movie first? Like
it's not inappropriate, but there are moments where Jack Black and Momoa are doing a 69 through a wall. But I mean, and they're tight. They are tight in there. There's toy
nice toy.
Momoa. Yeah. So it's just There's one thing, Jamie, I think you'll like in this movie is
Debatable.
Momoa owns a video game store, a classic video game store. There is video game Easter eggs all over the place. Like I was half expecting to see some Atari sort of what's that game that they had where you could win prizes while playing the Atari game? It's like a Sword Master or something like that. I was half expecting to see some things there, but it was really cool toy video game store. But it's just the characters aren't fun except for Jack Black, and just if you wanted to go see a good movie, it ain't it. But if you want to have an experience, with just go with some kids. They'll freaking lose their minds. Just be very careful who you go with because it is getting out of hand, and some kids are lighting like smoke bombs and stuff like that, and it's just like it chucking drinks on purpose now, and it's kind of getting out of hand.
Right.
But anyways, I just had to share that. It was the most amazing experience. I will never forget this. I'm kind of glad I went, but and I can't. At the end, there's Glub Shido introductions here and there for a Minecraft movie too, and it's just like. Yeah, Scott was so happy when he left that movie. I'm so glad he had a good time. So,
well, that's good then, right?
Anyways, I had to share that. It's seriously, you'll hear about this for years to come. Jamie, you want to talk about something? Do you want to talk about like Phasmophobia? You want to talk about that, or is there something else you want to talk about? Microseries, I remember.
Yeah. I mean, it's a toss up depending on how much time we have.
We have about we only have about 5 or so minutes. Sorry,
that's fine.
Yeah,
go.
That's fine. This was a fun chit chat. I'll keep it Star Wars related. Then.
Yeah, let's keep it Star Wars related.
Micro Galaxy Squadrons collecting. Yeah, it was a thing that I knew. Like Steve and Ryan and Paulie had gotten into. I'm like, do I really want to? I just downscaled a bunch of shit. But I think they're just being near those guys and them being excited for collecting that stuff. It got me. I think Paulie gave me my first one, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say spiraled from there, but it's one of those things like it's going to be another focus collecting for me. So my goal is to make or collect all the ships from the hangar in the Rogue Squadron games. So like X-Wing, A-Wing, Y-Wing, B-Wing, cool. Naboo fighter, Millennium Falcon. I have a Tidarium shuttle.
Wasn't there a Cadillac in the Rogue Squadron game?
Well, yeah, they're not going to make that in MGS, but yeah, you're not wrong. But yeah, that kind of thing. I did go off book for one thing that I just got recently. I couldn't resist. Mostly because it's customized, but
well, you guys in your green screen.
Yeah,
congratulations. I can't see that.
I'm going to turn that off. Basically, what it is, it's an LAAT, but it's not just a normal one. It's the customized one with the nose art.
Right on.
Yeah. Clone the teeth Wars. And everything.
Yeah, I've got that for the 3-inch line. Yeah.
When did you get that one?
That was just like a couple days ago. It showed up.
Nice.
So that's the only time I'm going like off book. But yeah, like I got one. The first one I got actually, it was gifted to me. But it's Grievous's ship because I go out as Obi-Wan sometimes for charity events. She's like, well, you're Obi-Wan, so here's a Grievous ship to get you started. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. And it's like a limited edition and everything. So it was very kind.
They're cool. I haven't picked any up yet. I kind of want to get the Imperial shuttle.
Yeah, that one I just got that one the other day as well. It's awesome. Yeah, it's really cool.
Well, and it's nice that at that scale they could, like you showed that Clone Wars ship, they could just do repaints on that.
Yeah,
forever.
100%.
Do the ones with the pinup.
Yep.
Twi'lek on the side of the ship or whatever, and
absolutely
X-wings. You could do whole squadrons. So yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I went to Google LAT just to remind myself what it was, and one of the first images is Matthew Purdy of Toy Traders standing there with C-3PO on the Scout Trooper helmet. I don't know what it has to do with anything. That's so funny. Yeah, I know, it's so weird.
Yeah, unfortunately they're tough to get a hold of in Canada.
Mm.
Jazzwares, the maker, does not ship to Canada. Thankfully, I have Steve 3, so I just had a 5-pack of Red Squadron X-Wings get shipped to his
Ooh.
place while he's in Japan.
Ooh.
So
That's cool.
he was kind enough to make sure the package was accepted
Right.
at his address while he was in Japan.
I think
But,
the only
yeah,
one I
that's
want to
pretty
get is the Falcon with 9 none in it. I think
Oh,
they made a 9 one.
Mhm.
yeah,
That's other than that, it
that would be
just seems
cool.
like a whole thing that I
Well,
just
I'll keep my eye out.
yeah, that came out like I think a year and a half ago. So
Yeah,
I saw it on
it's a tougher hunt than
yeah.
3 3/4 Star Wars figures,
Right.
but yeah, it'll be fun.
This case is sketchy shipping adventures to Canada.
Yeah.
I agree. We are out of time. Holy cow. This was amazing. I'm Mike, dude, I love it when you're on the show. We're going to have you sooner than 2 years, man. It's always wonderful to have you on the show talking about Star Wars and collecting and stuff always. Tell everybody where we can find you.
Just Instagram and Blue Sky and YouTube, Mike Tarkin.
We will
Do I
put a
have
link to the
sticker
video.
nearby?
A what?
Do I have a sticker? Let me see if I got a sticker.
Oh, you
I can
got
show
stickers.
Oh, there they are. Just look for this. Let's see how
I'll
good
make
this
sure
works. without
it'll work for the
screen.
green screen. I know it will.
Just look
it
for
works.
that on your favorite social media site.
The seal of approval.
That's right.
That's
pretty much all I'm doing now. I sort of false started a website about 2 years ago, and it's like nobody goes to websites, so I shut that down. We'll see what happens over the next couple of years, but for now, I'm just sort of on Instagram and Blue Sky, and I'm on Facebook out of necessity more than anything else. But yeah. So lots of Star Wars action figure pictures and some camping photos in Northern Ontario, but that's pretty much it. Yep. So and appreciate you guys having me back on.
Dude, always. Yeah.
It's always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, Tony, that did go fast. That was like one of the fastest episodes I felt we went through. And I'm looking at the clock.
Discussion.
Yeah, it was so much fun. And I will put links to all that stuff in the description below once this is over, and you'll see everything there. So if you're watching this on YouTube, links will be below. Jamie, where can we find you?
You can find me on our ongoing YouTube series on the Generation X-Wing podcast YouTube channel called Ready to Believe. It's all things Ghostbusters, mostly costume building and whatnot. We are officially collaborating with Tools and Talent Props, and we just released a mostly just a how-to on how to do the Tools and Talent trap hose upgrade, or the trap cable.
That was a good one. It was nice, quick, to the point. It was just like, if you want to know how to put this together and just see how it's done, it's actually really good. It's your typical DIY sort of thing.
Yeah, it was extremely quick. It was like a 10-minute job, and you get your 2-in-the-box trap looking like it's from Ghostbusters 84.
Yeah, and I wasn't in it, so it's bonus. So there you go. Hose Nose, you can find him at hosenose_paints for all your not mediocre painting needs, all your great miniature painting needs. He's very talented. So so check that out. Steve 3, I would strongly suggest follow Steve 3 right now at Shit Speckled Muppet Fart. He's in Tokyo right now experiencing Celebration, and him and Allie, his wife, have been sending so many pictures of their adventures, and they haven't even hit Celebration yet until just now. So check out that for more. I'll try to share as much as I can on our page as well, but go to Shit Speckled Muppet Fart for some Celebration stuff, and I'll try my best to keep up with it. As for me, Outer Rim Rookie, what? Sorry, Jamie.
I was going to say Steve 3D as well, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, that's right. Steve 3D. Again, links below. And Weirdos just dropping in to say hi. We'll have to watch this from the beginning. It's a fun discussion.
A lot of Star Wars chat.
Yeah, Mike has
lots pants off. Of Glup shit
fantastic. So we say it because it's true. But Outer Rim Rookie is on. When things die down on my end, I got road hockey tournaments and yearbook to do. I'll be doing more videos. I got a lot of video ideas down the pike here, especially building my attic costume, building 2 more costumes. So that's 3 costumes, hopefully.
Adding the resume.
Bad in that resume. Maybe even 4. I just realized maybe even 4 by the end of summer. Who knows what happens? But I'm at 3 for sure. And so that's happening, trooping stuff happening. And yeah, so Outer Rim Rookie on our YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe. We are 5 away from 800 subs. So help us grow and get the message out there. It's lots of fun.
Nice.
Yes. Thank you, Mike. Again, thank you so much. This is a fun
thanks,
little
Mike.
talk. We will not be here next week, unfortunately. So with Steve gone, we don't want to talk about Kiss Kiss Bang Bang without at least Steve and maybe the other Steve. So we're going to wait till everybody's healthy again and talk about Jamie's choice for movie night in honor of Val Kilmer. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This is quite a movie. So hope you stick around for that one in a couple weeks. All right, we will talk to you guys later. Bye. For those people who are live, I'm just gonna do a quick intro, and then I'm gonna introduce you, Mike. So it's just the usual thing. It's just episode
Right.
and we're here with Mike Tarkin, and you can just say your hellos, okay?
Sure.
All right. It is episode 460 of the Generation X-Wing podcast, and we're talking about a whole bunch of things from Star Wars Celebration to collecting, and who better than to talk. Miss it. Screw it up. Dang it. I felt the wheels falling off. All right, try it again. It is episode 460 of the Generation X-Wing podcast, and we are talking about a whole bunch of things, including Star Wars Celebration, the Minecraft movie, and collecting. And who better to talk about collecting than with... It's just so hard. All right. Who better to talk to about... No, I don't even like that. That doesn't work. Okay, I think I have something. Okay. You're watching the sausage get made, folks.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
This takes me back.
It is episode 460 of the Generation X-Wing podcast, and we are talking about Star Wars Adventure. Oh, fuck me. God damn it.
You're watching the sausage get made and then subsequently stomped and thrown down the stairs.
Oh boy.
All right. Okay, here we go. Try again. It is episode 460 of the Generation X-Wing podcast, and we are talking about... I saw Tony's laughing at me, and I couldn't... sorry. Okay. Shoot, stop. Okay. Yeah, thanks, Tony. I appreciate it. I got this. God damn it. Okay, don't look at anything. It is episode 460 of the Generation X-Wing podcast, and we are talking about Star Wars Celebration, collecting, Minecraft movie, and we have a special guest, Mike Tarkin. Welcome back, Mike.
Good day, eh?
Stay tuned. That's enough. That's good enough. There we go.
It's not just good, it's good enough.
Sound like the Canadian Terminator for a second there. Good day, eh?
Good day, eh?
I'll be back, eh?
Love it.
It's been a while.
All right, we are going to turn off the live feed. So again, Mike, thank you so much. Don't go anywhere, Mike. We'll talk off air. And thanks, Tony. Thanks to everybody, Katie, Weirdos, Tony, and who else was in the chat here? Kevin, of course. Yep. So thanks, and BJ Baby, of course. At the beginning.
Sausage.
I scared her away with the ASMR. So we'll talk to you guys later. Bye. End stream. That's the end.